So basically, I wanted to try to run the Heithkit Monoblocks, but I wanted to run them into a pair of JBL horns, the MI 261s, and those are Klipsch Forte 2s at the bottom. But unfortunately, the monoblocks here only have an 8 ohm port working at the moment. I have to get them into my tech to look at them. So I couldn't run both sets off the same monoblocks. And so I preamped the monoblocks with the Harman Kardon 730. And basically it's coming in through the aux port, the source, and then in the pre-outs, there's actually splitters down in there. It's a little hard to see, but one set of splitters is sending the signal out to the Heithkits, and that goes out to the forts. So that's like one pathway, and then the other pathway actually comes out and goes into the Voice of Music reel-to-reel here, which is a really powerful tube amp, and it has a really nice preamplifier in it. And so it basically, the volume can be controlled there to run the other pathway, so that I can have a different volume for the tweeters. So one set of pathway, this is setting up for the forts. This other pathway is going to go out to the JBL, and so basically it comes out of the preamp and it goes back into the power amp of the 730. And so because this is acting as both the preamp and coming back in as the power amp for the other system, you can actually just use the one volume controller. So I can adjust the volume to what I want for the tweeters, and then I can use this to move everything up and down essentially. And so it also goes, you can see, out to the other side. I've got cages for both of them, but I just took them off so you can see the inside of the other one. So yeah, it seems to work really well though, and it allows me to have exactly the volume that I want. These reach a little bit higher. You know, they're quite detailed sounding. They have a really nice sound, but the thing is, that means there's a tube circuit in both of them, right? So in one case it's hitting the monoblocks for, you know, basically the entire spectrum of the forts, which don't reach very high, I find. And so the highs are being taken care of. So they do still get processed through something with tubes. And it kind of, I find, smooths them out a little bit. There's a bit of graininess to the JBL, I find. They're a little bit sharp when you just run them directly off something like the 730. They run really nicely off the NAD, the 160A that I have, and the 930, except the popping noise has been an issue, unfortunately. They also do nicely on the Fisher 800B and some other things that I have too. But I really wanted to try to get these monoblocks up and running. And so this at least gives a pathway for both, and the Voice of Music is a really nice, like, it's very powerful, has a really nice sort of smooth sound to it, and it just kind of, especially for jazz with horns and things like that, and or wind instruments, that type of thing, it has a really nice sort of smoothing effect to the sound, and it takes that graininess out that I get when I just run it directly through the 730. So yeah, anyways, I don't know, it seems to work. I mean, it's kind of a crazy setup. It was actually somebody on Reddit who suggested how I could loop them through the pre in and out system. So yeah, anyways, take care.